welcome back to my channel. My name is Evelyn, and for the past several weeks, I have been sharing with you my GLP-1 weekly update as I navigate this journey. This week is finishing up week number 29 on compounded semaglutide. As I referenced in last week's video, I had my doctor's appointment yesterday. So on the Fridays that I go to the doctor to do my in-body scan, which is every 6 weeks, I don't weigh myself at my home scale. I just wait till I get to the doctor's appointment and weigh in. So I am going to cascade into my results with the in-body scan in just a few minutes, but wanted to give you a quick little update about my channel in general. So I started this channel really after I authored my first book, Beautiful, I Am Colored. I say first book because the second book is about to get underway. And the reason for this, my purpose, if you will, is to provide, hopefully, hope and healing through me sharing my personal experiences with you to the best of my ability. That was the overarching goal, which is why I always say at the end of my videos, remember the future you is waiting on you, because I fully believe that we are the people that are in charge of our lives and the outcomes that we want to produce, the people who we want to become. And so with that being said, this is going to be my last GLP-1 update for a while. I'll do another one at the end of March, which is one of my milestone dates that I set for myself, showing some, comparison footage, and then I'll do my very last GLP-1 update at the end of March, closer to Memorial Day weekend, because I really want to get back to the things that bring me joy, which is really talking about things that I feel like can help others. And so again, this will be my last update for a while. So if you were a subscriber because you wanted to hear about my journey, that'll be coming, but you got to wait a while for the next one. I do sincerely appreciate all of the subscribers. I sincerely do. But I need to at this point, and when I say I must get back to what I feel like I'm called to do in terms of the majority of information that I share with you. And also, I wanted to double back on last week's comment about our anniversary weekend, and I'll put this in a separate video that I should have posted up by tomorrow, when I kind of unpack why I have been so down, so sad. I got to the root cause, and I cannot wait to share it with you, but that again is going to be another video, hopefully uploaded on Sunday. And since Monday is a holiday for me, because y'all know I shared I'm a government worker, so because Monday is a holiday for me, I have time. So it'll be Sunday or Monday that you see that video where I get back to doing more podcasting talks, if you will. Okay, so time's back into this week's results. This week at the doctor's office, Friday, yesterday was of course Valentine's Day, I weighed in at 185.9. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but girl, didn't you just tell us last week you was 184.4? That would be correct. I sure did. And so let me get to this first. So the good news is I'm still going down in body fat percentage, which is my goal. So for those of you who are new here, my ultimate goal is to get down to 29% body fat. And I'm doing that, of course, with the help of this medication. But in addition to that, I also do a lot of weightlifting throughout the week. I am 4 to 6 times a week I work out. I have recently incorporated a little bit more cardio to kind of just help burn the fat on the muscle that I'm building. But I was really pleased to hear from my doctor. She's like, kind of a little bit confused because I was kind of sad, because she was like, you're doing a great job. And I'm thinking to myself, I just weighed in at 184.4, child, and you telling me I'm doing a great job. But she's not focused on that. She is actually focused on the goal. My goal is to lose body fat. So if I'm continuously going down in body fat, then girl, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you happy about, these results? And I think largely it's because in my mind, I'm still thinking about the scale. As much as I want to disconnect myself from the scale and that being a goal, I think that's still a thing. But like I told y'all, Marlon comments often and says, like you're looking good. Like I can tell you're slimming down. And I can tell, don't get me wrong, like my clothes are still, getting baggier. Not fully hanging off me, but definitely I can see some improvement, a lot of improvement in that area. I think just part of my mind, also in my imagination, I figured by this point I would be in like the 170s. So to still be in the 180s, the mid 180s, I'm just like, when we gonna get to them 70s? But you know how I am is I know this about myself. When I get to them 170s, I'm gonna be like, when we gonna get to them low 170s? When we gonna break that record? Because that's how I am. Like I like to challenge myself. I love challenges. I thrive off of challenges. If I don't have a challenge, I will create a challenge. That's just how I am. But I will share more about that, like I said, in the second video that I'll post this weekend. Um, but anyway, I started off my body fat, and I'm looking down because I'm looking at my body scan from this week. You can see the date right there. Anyhow, I started off at 49.4% body fat, so damn near 50% body fat when I started back in August of 2024. And today I am at 43.7% body fat. So, like I say, still a ways to go to get to the 29%, but I'm well on my way. And I had an appointment today, this morning. Today is Saturday, the 15th. And I had an appointment today, a waxing appointment, and I just, took my shower and threw on like my little, it's not called a leotard. What this thing called? Bodysuit. I got like a spandex bodysuit, because it's cold here still today and very cloudy. And I threw on my little sweatshirt. And I was like, still demonstration, 1 second. So I was like, in the full body mirror, I was like, I had did like this. I don't know how this gonna come out. I had did like this, and I was like, oh, okay. But still you can see got some punza here to work on for sure. But I was like, not too shabby. Not too shabby, So we just have to count. Oh, look at me, bucking my desk. But we just have to count our small wins. I will say that's a challenge for me. Is I have to really be intentional about, celebrating small wins, because I never want to get to the place where it comes across as what you call it, celebration of mediocrity. But that's a me thing that I'm working on. The other thing that I addressed in my previous video that I told you I was going to talk to Stephanie about was if I was going to switch over, Stephanie is my physician, if I was going to switch over to tirzepatide and jump on that bandwagon. So I was talking to her in the office at my appointment yesterday, and I'm like, hey, I want to talk to you about like if I should be switching, because January didn't yield the results that I was looking for. I was hoping to be down, and she was like, tell me why you what's the reason again? And I was like, I'm just gonna be straight up with you. I'm trying to get the most bang for my buck here. You know what I'm saying? Like, compounded semaglutide, compounded anything, if your insurance don't cover, we already know what that is. So I'm trying to get the biggest bang for my buck. And so if I can switch and get and yield faster, quicker, better results by going over to the tirzepatide bandwagon, then that's something that I want to talk about and consider. And so then she breaks it down to me and she goes, well, if you want, and I'm probably not going to do this her part justice, but she was like, if you want to do that, she said, because you told me at the beginning budget was, a top priority for you. And I said, yes, doggone straight. And that is still the case. And so she was like, well, if we switch you over to tirzepatide now, she said, I can do it, but if I switch you over, the measurement that you're doing right now, which was 20 units, is equivalent to 50 to like 60 or 70 units or something like that on the tirzepatide. And when you think about the units of measurement and how much it will take, the equivalent was going to be like to 2 vials of the compounded tirzepatide. But the 2 vials it's like 1 vial per week. So you will only have enough medication for 2 weeks. Versus right now, I have enough medication for 6 weeks. So after she said that, I mean, it was pretty much resolved, right? I mean, I think it'd be different if I wasn't getting no results at all, any results at all. But when we talk about dollars and cents, it don't make any sense. That was good. When we talk about dollars and cents, CENTS, it don't make any sense. SENSE. Anyway, I want to be a rapper, but that's not my lane. Anyhow, jumping back in. So it didn't really make any sense. So I was just like, okay, then we need to talk about what we need to do about this dosage, because I did notice an increase in cravings in January, and that's something that I had not experienced throughout the past 5 months, that I've been on this journey. So that's a problem that we need to resolve. And then we had this conversation about, food noise and appetite suppression, and there's this other, there's an additional pill that she could put me on and stuff like that. And you know, just keeping it real, before I even started this whole GLP-1 thing, like, I just was not a big pill taker, pill popper, medication person. Like, this is the first medication I've been on in my entire life, which is a blessing. So let me just count that win right there. It's a blessing, because I know some people must, and there is nothing wrong with that either. I just happen to have not had that experience. And so I entertain any idea of taking another script. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'll just work it out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'll just do what I need to do on my end. More protein shakes, more whatever. But I'm not taking another prescription pill. The other piece that I told y'all I was going to talk to her about was the troches. Okay, so y'all that are new here, I'm 47. I just turned 47 in January. And with 47, some of you might know there's been increased talks in perimenopause, and just how us ladies can better prepare for that season of life where our bodies change. And so I had a test ran, hormone test ran, and I found out that my testosterone levels were substantially low. That's the only hormone that was not normal, was testosterone. I also found out at that former appointment before I got on the troches, which is a dissolvable tab that I take, that testosterone can match with the compounded semaglutide. They work very, what's the good word for it? They marry well together in terms of cognitive functionality, increased sustained energy levels, muscle recovery, etc. So I was sold on that. But then I started taking the troches. And then I've told y'all this before. I don't like hair, facial hair in particular. But I don't like hair. That's why I just went to a waxing appointment today. Not for my face, because it's not in the budget right now for me to do waxing. Y'all know I'm considering laser later. But let me focus. Okay. The point is, I'm not trying to grow a whole mustache, beard, goatee, trimmed up line on my face. I'm not doing that. And so I told her, I was like, I stopped taking it because I noticed a very fast. First of all, my hair grows fast anyway. Like, my natural hair on my head grows very fast. I'm not interested in growing a beard or a mustache, none of the above. And so she was like, okay, I hear you. There's this supplement. And so here we go again. We're taking another medication. But this one I am considering, and more than likely I'm going to do, because I do like the benefits of the testosterone. Like, I took a half of one for my cheek today. And man, testosterone just don't lie. I'm just telling you that right now. Anyway, she suggested, and this is my daughter, what's her name? Stephanie wrote this. She was like, it's called DIM. And if any of y'all have taken DIM before, why the camera gotta act a fool all of a sudden? Let's see if we can fix this. There we go. Okay, had to edit that out. It was a little bit, I'll edit that out, I had to blur it. But anyway, she said this is stuff called DIM. Now, apparently DIM has a much longer scientific name, but if I look it up, it's spelled DIM as in Mary, and it's to take 150 to 300 milligrams. She was like, if you really want to slow, the hair growth substantially, go ahead and take the 300 milligrams. But if you want to ease into it, start off at this low dosage of 150 milligrams. And instead of me seeing you in 6 weeks, I want to see you in 4 weeks. And let's see how the testosterone, the DIM, and the semaglutide, is working out. Now, I didn't think I told y'all this, or maybe I did. But the other thing that I had noticed was that my throat, you know what I'm saying? Like with the testosterone, like my throat and stuff, and I was feeling hoarse and it was kind of sore and it's kind of swollen right here. So I talked to her about that, and I was like, I don't know if it's the GLP-1 testosterone, or she said, first of all, it's really dry out here. So you want to make sure you've been drinking your water. Side note, I'm in Colorado and it is very dry out here. And then she was like, I can tell you right now, like a sore throat, or that's not going to be linked to the use of the testosterone. She said, what I want you to do is just start gargling with salt water. And I'm just like, my country behind, no. My mom will be like, girl, you're supposed to do that anyway. But yeah, so she was like, gargle with, salt water to help, I'm saying, kind of ease the inflammation in your throat, and do that, a couple times a day, and you should see some relief. So I will be doing that as well. What else did I say? Okay, I told y'all last week that I was not hopeful that there would be a story put up from anniversary weekend, and prophecy fulfilled. Didn't hardly take any pictures or anything. The concert we went to, the tickets were $15, okay? It was a local band. Place was packed. Just not our jam, okay? Just not our jam. So, and we really didn't do anything else, for the weekend. So that's that on that. And I will leave that right there. I think that's all I'm going to say about GLP-1. I, again, will return to this topic at the end of March. And stay tuned for more podcasting, getting back to podcasting topics that I so miss so much. So I can't wait to share more about what I learned about myself and why I was so down and sad, and why I was allowing other people to contribute to me changing my perspective, which was causing me utter frustration. So stay tuned for that video, which will be very different than this one. In the meantime, remember, the future you is waiting on you, and I will see you next time. Have a great weekend, everyone.